This is Ace Combat 2 on the PlayStation 2. This is actually a PlayStation 1 disc being played on a PlayStation 2 console via component output into an HDMI converter that's capturing this at 768p at a 4:3 aspect ratio, a typical square resolution. I have to set it up this way because I actually did a video several years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, where I played this disc on a PlayStation 3, but it was captured with a DVD recorder, which isn't terrible. It's just an example of how I was capturing videos then compared to today. Unfortunately, I tried capturing this video using my J5 Create boxes. I have two of them. Both of them caused a lot of visual. How do I say this? You can't record this game using those two J5 Create boxes because the resolution constantly changes. That menu we were just on, hold on, I forgot to. This menu right here is in 480i. Okay, no problem. But when we get to the playback, when we get to the video playback during this cutscene at the title screen, we're going to see the resolution change to 240p. So I don't have my Ace Combat 2 data on here. Okay, we're going to start from the beginning. We're not scared. So these menus are apparently in 480i. When the gameplay starts, the resolution will change to 240p, which isn't terrible. It's just a reminder that there are lots of little changes that are being made during the gameplay I guess they figured that the text will look better in 480i. Without getting too complicated about all this, old video games used to be played on fatback CRT televisions. The big fat boys, like the one I had. I have two of them in my other room. I play a Sega Genesis on them occasionally, but I'm not really that worried about it. I did have. I'll get more into that later, but for some reason, games would change their resolution pretty often back then. When I say they're not just going to change the resolution, they'll change how they display that resolution. So during the menu screen where you go to start, option, load, whatever, that screen is 480i, typical television resolution, 240 lines of it's like blinds. When it was interlaced, you would have blinds. So you would have like the odd lines of resolution and the even lines of resolution. So 60 times a second, as I recall, they would flip, or I think it's 30 times per second. They would alternate between the odd lines of resolution and the even lines of resolution, and the resolution just changed there. So anytime you see that rainbow test, anytime you see that rainbow, those vertical rainbow lines appear, that means the game is changing the resolution that's displaying. And it might also be changing from interlaced to progressive. This Vivitar USB dongle that I'm using to capture this footage is perfectly fine with displaying all these changes in resolution. Because remember, I'm playing on we'll just do a save here, why not? So like I said, we're playing on a PlayStation 2 using backwards compatibility that's built into the PlayStation 2. The video is being displayed in components, so it's red, yellow, green cables. What is it? YPBPR, I think that's the format of this. The SIG converter I'm using is converting that to HDMI, which is how the Vivitar is capturing this on my Windows 10 education desktop here. It's a quad core Celeron, which I didn't think was a thing, but yeah, they made quad core Celerons. Actually, no. It's got 4 threads. 2 cores, 4 threads, hyper-threading. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we have no data. I'll splice in some music later because the soundtrack's amazing. But I can't record it I can't record the audio with this particular capture setup. I can't record the game audio and my commentary simultaneously. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. We're not going to be able to buy anything. I guess we could sell one of these. Ugh. Okay, the text is borked. Yeah, I want to say the television doesn't have this problem, but the text might not be legible. This could be interesting. This also might be a problem with the capture device I'm using. I'll do a test later. I do want to mention that there'll be some wireframe briefings like this. On the PlayStation 3, there are a lot of visual glitches that appear during this wireframe sequence. They seem to be fine now. What I'll do is I'll clear this stage and go to the next stage, and we'll see how bad it gets. Yeah, because on the PlayStation 3, there'll be a lot of slowdown when those big planes show up. There'll be some visual glitches. Like you'll see the polygons glitch in and out, which is very frustrating, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. But it's weird that the PlayStation 3 can't show a simple low polygon display like this. And yeah, some of these lines are really noisy. Yeah, it's really noisy. Like I said, you can't even read the numbers. X, Y, and Z. It's supposed to be a 5, a 4. Yeah, X, Y, Z. Yeah, the numbers are really off. It's like the numbers are missing some lines. But if I play this on the television, it looks fine. But when I play it on this, the numbers are clearly bad. So we'll go through this stage. We'll see how it plays. We'll look at the mission briefing for the next mission and then end the video. This is mainly just a test. But yeah, these letters are almost illegible. Stability, like this, they get the first line is supposed to be power. The second line is defense. The third line is the yellow line is mobility, stability. I think the bottom line is ground attack. The blue line above that is air to air combat, and the green line above that is something ability. Yeah, man, I didn't know it was that bad. I might have to test this out with another capture device to see if that makes a legitimate difference. But yeah, when I'm playing this on my J5 Create 4K UHD device, it will pitch a fit because it will it can't display the screen during the gameplay. Well, actually not during the gameplay. During the video that plays, the intro cutscene that plays at the beginning of the game, it flips out. So here's what I'll do. I'll go to the title screen. So the resolution changed there because you can see you can see the color test bars appear. So eventually the movie cutscene is going to be displayed here. And when I used my J5 Create box, my regular one, that J5 Create box will start flickering constantly during the cutscene. It's stable here during the menu, but then we're going to kick out here to the Ace Combat 2 intro cutscene. It's movie playback, but during this particular cutscene, the video footage will constantly flash black. Like it will constantly go in and out. So it's almost as if the J5 Create can't capture this footage. It can't synchronize properly with the video signal. Don't know what's going on. I hooked up my J5 Create 4K UHD box that has an HDMI pass-through that allows me to watch this on television, no problem. I can watch it on the TV and play it on the TV, no problem. But the camera app, the Windows 10 camera app, will try to capture this footage at 720p at 60 frames a second, and it'll just keep flickering. There'll just be black. The picture will keep going in and out constantly. The picture will just go black constantly. I don't know why. So maybe again, there are probably some problems synchronizing the signal. But when I hook it up to this Vivitar USB dongle, it plays back just fine. Again, when I play this on my television, it's apparently 720 by 240, which is fine. But it might be the converter, the component video converter might be pitching a fit. Because this menu screen, if I were to play this on my television, would show that it's 480i. Again, 720 by 480i was normal for video games back then, honestly. So every time you see those vertical color test bars, that means the game is changing the resolution, most likely from an interlace to a progressive resolution. I want to say there are some games that might have their menus in like 480p, I think Strider 2 on the PlayStation 1, they would have like cut scenes, like still frames, like comic book panels in 480p, I want to say. But then the gameplay would switch back to switch back to 480i, I want to say, something like that. And that was noticeable even back then. Like I was noticing that they were changing the resolution because the comic book art in the cutscenes was had a way sharper than the video game art. But that could have just been, the quality of whatever compression they were using. But they probably weren't using compression on the comic book panels. Yeah, they were probably just, they were probably just drawing directly onto the disk. Basically, they're basically just drawing the data without any, and then putting on the disk without any compression. Because continue. So now the resolution's going to change. So I'm going to capture all of this and just see how it ends up in the finished footage. But yeah, PlayStation 2s are weird because remember they were made for fatback TVs. They were made for interlaced displays. Obviously, most TVs these days, most monitors are capable of displaying interlaced pictures. But I want to say I want to say every video game console specializes in progressive output these days. So no more interlacing in modern video games. But yeah, I have like what seven? I have 7 consoles here. I think like yeah, the Xbox is over there. I don't have a PlayStation 1 anymore because I sold it because I was at a PlayStation 2. Why did I need a PlayStation 1 for? But I have this because my PlayStation 3 doesn't play PlayStation 2 games, which is how it is. So we spent 12 minutes doing setup on this capture, but this is mainly a test because I still have some place. I'll pull out Final Fantasy Tactics a bit later and play that on here to see if the audio bugs change. Because I remember when you switch jobs in Final Fantasy Tactics, the music hitches out. The music hitches. It's like there's a slowdown in the music playback when you switch jobs in that game, which is odd because it's obviously not in the original game. I'm supposed to hit the red planes, I assume. Actually, the red planes are mandatory. The white planes I think are just minions. Triangle. Uh, okay, circle button to fire the missiles. It's an arcade game, so you have like 100 missiles. Yeah, speed up. You're in range. We need 3 missiles to bring down the big planes. Just a second. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, there's another dude behind me. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. Okay, he's doing the sweep. Give me a second. Okay, who do I want? Dude on the bottom. He's slowing down. Okay, so we'll just sweep behind him. Do the loop-de-loop. So you have to slow down with L1 to slow down your speed to do a tighter turn. Then you can speed up when you get him in your sights. There's a white plane over there. Yeah, there's a white plane behind me. Okay, I can get him. I'll get the plane that's nearer, obviously. 2 missiles? Yeah, 2 missiles brings down the tiny planes. So I guess they're the escorts for the big planes. Ah, I think 300 miles per hour is what I want. Maybe I forget if it's 300 clicks. I think it's in miles per hour in this game. I believe there's an option to change that. We're not gonna worry about it. Don't let him get away. He's completely optional. So when you get within 800 clicks of him, that's when you can hit him with the automatic. That's when you hit him with the homing missiles. We're going to get him in a second. So when he changes direction, you can hit him with the double shot. Missed one of them. Select to, select to bring up the, how do you bring up the map? There's no way for me to bring up the map. Yeah, the square button to bring up the map. Okay, so let's bring him down then. Head over here in this on this heading. Yeah, on this heading. Okay, we got him. So all of this gameplay footage is apparently at 240p. So I think I think he missed 25% damage. I guess I took some damage from something. Don't remember when. Where are the planes? There they are. Which one's closer? Triangle button to switch. So hit the closest one. We're getting there. So hold down R1 for the afterburner. Remember, we need 3 missiles to bring him down. You can only have 2 missiles on screen at once. Bingo! 1, 2. And as soon as the first one hits, hit him with the third one. Easy enough. This is a training mission, basically. I guess you could replay if you want. So all this footage is in 240p, and my all of my capture devices are capable of picking it up without any hitching, without any visual glitches. But this, yes, you see all the resolution change there again too. Now again, if I were able to play this on my television, I would be able to see what the resolutions are during all these different screens. But I want to say all these screens with the text are 480i. As are the menu screens. And I got a new aircraft. Will I ever use it? We'll find out in a second. Yeah, this menu's 480i. All right. Again, the name of this mission is Easy Money, but I can barely even see it. The text is not being captured correctly. I'll do a test later. Give me a second. So we're gonna look at this visual. We're gonna look at this playback and see how bad the hitching is. Yeah, on the PlayStation 3, yeah, there would be a lot of visual glitches. This seems fine. So maybe PlayStation 2 has better playback than PlayStation 3. Has better, is more compatible, I guess. But I think at some point the PlayStation 3 was using software emulation of the PlayStation 1, not hardware emulation. So there might have been a few compromises there. Okay, so I'll stop the video here, but I just wanted to see how this looks during the capture with all the resolution switching. We'll see how it goes. In fact, let me just do a save here. So I can see how I want to see how this plays with a sloppier composite video connection without using this converter. This audio is recorded with my Plantronics headphones, but don't worry about that. I just wanted to see how this Vivitar captures, what the quality is. I might have to adjust the resolution. Give me a second. Let me change the resolution, because this is 768p. Let me change the resolution. Let me see if that makes a difference.